I'm Lisa Bowman. I'm the administrative assistant of the Counseling Center.
My name is Angela Rector, and I'm a counselor at the Counseling Center.
I think a counseling center is really useful, particularly for college-age individuals, as this is stereotypically, but also truthfully, a season of life where you really discover more about who you are at a very accelerated rate.
The biggest thing that I would want anyone to know about the Counseling Center is that whatever the issue or the problem is, even if you're not sure that it's something that may be appropriate for us to talk about, come in anyway.
Life continually moves forward, so we have to manage that. And it doesn't mean that you're weak. It means that part of it is unhealthy, and so finding what's healthy for you is different for everybody. Everybody's body is different, everybody's mind is different, we're all raised differently.
We get together with the CAF and the bookstore, and we set up tables in both of those areas.
So the Tennessee Tech Bookstore will be having a special display focusing on body image and eating disorders, and I've given them a list of books to order, so please stop by and check that out. Also, we partnered with student government. We've also partnered with Greek Life. The Women's Center will be having a display. Greek Life will be putting messages all throughout the bathrooms here on campus. Little sticky notes on the mirrors, so be aware and watching out for those as well. Lately, we've noticed an increase with students that are experiencing problems with body image and eating disorders, so I think it's important that we do increase this awareness. Positive Body Image Awareness Day is the first Monday of Eating Disorder Awareness Week.
It's so important because we've had students that's been struggling, that didn't know that we were even here, and that have had friends try to help them, not know how to help them, and then find out we're here, and then brought them here, and they've struggled for so long and unnecessarily.
An effective self-assessment of body image perception is to ask, how do you see yourself and feel about your body when you look in the mirror? Do your thoughts focus on negative perceptions of height, weight, shape of your body, or parts of your body? Being positive about your body includes accepting your natural body with confidence, feeling comfortable in your skin, and separating physical appearance from your character and value as a person. Judging one's body harshly leads to perceptions that the body is flawed to the point of feeling shame, self-consciousness, and rejection of self. Body image concerns often begin at a young age and may continue throughout the lifespan. If left persistently untreated, body image distortions have a higher likelihood of developing into eating disorders. Eating disorders do not discriminate and affect every population regardless of gender, age, race, ethnicity, sexual orientation, and level of ability. The most common eating disorder in the United States is binge eating disorder, or BED. Recurrent episodes of eating large quantities of food accompanied by a feeling of loss of control, often in a short period of time and to the point of physical discomfort, characterize binge eating disorder, and is often followed by shame, distress, or guilt. Anorexia nervosa is an eating disorder characterized by negative body image, weight loss through calorie and food group restrictions, and an intense fear of gaining weight. Some people with the disorder also exercise compulsively, purge via vomiting and laxatives, and/or binge eat. It is important to know that a person struggling with anorexia may not appear as underweight. Bulimia nervosa, similar to anorexia, is also a serious, potentially life-threatening eating disorder and is characterized by a cycle of binging and compensatory behaviors, such as self-induced vomiting designed to undo or neutralize the effects of binge eating.
The Wellness Portal. They can get to it either through Tech Express. There's a little red icon. It's got like a white heart on it. They can click on that. They can get to it that way. Or students can go to myhealth.tntech.edu and they can go there to schedule their appointments. But WellTrack is more for following moods, anxiety, things like that. And their counselors, if they want to connect with their counselors on WellTrack, they can get on that as well. And their counselors can kind of give them things to work on if they want to through WellTrack. If our doors aren't open, our ears are open, we have counselors available. You can call our number after hours and a counselor will pick up the phone and will be available to talk to you. Their first session is going to be what we call a triage, and that's generally only about 30 minutes. That's just kind of for the counselor to assess them and see what's going on, kind of how to place them, see if they need to be seen once a week, bi-weekly, and then the second session is going to be a little bit longer. It's what's called an intake. It's basically to gather all the information from the student. They're going to be asked a lot of questions in that session. And then after that, they're going to start their actual counseling. And those sessions last a bit longer, about 50 minutes to an hour. And
Okay.
they get 12 of those sessions each year.
With all the years of stigma around mental health, sometimes it's difficult to talk about these topics. And everybody comes from different backgrounds, different parts of the state and the region and even the world that we work with. And so there's a lot of preconceptions about mental health. And I feel like our therapists do a really great job of not blowing things out of proportion, but helping normalize things to be able to talk about it. If you can't talk about it, you can't work through it. And so making it easy to discuss things that are not typically easy to discuss. Looking at a global view of the person to where, whether it's an eating disorder or something else, usually everything is kind of tied together, however the mental health tends to manifest, or the mental health issue manifests. It's a little, and it's different with everybody. Some people it's anxiousness, some people it's depression, some people it is self-harm or more severe things. So one thing that I personally love is looking kind of beneath what the presenting behaviors are to try to get to a little bit of the root of why someone is experiencing what they're experiencing. Because a lot of times we get in places and experience things and don't really know how we got there, and don't really then know how to get out of where we are. So getting to sometimes that root, or at least one of the core issues, is typically very helpful. Fixing the right problem rather than just the surface problem.
Sharing with somebody, it's sharing with someone in the counseling center that, by the way, cares for you as a person, as a human, unconditional positive regard. We love you. You're a tech student. Why would we not care for you? But it's also a way to like reflect anything. I mean, you can say anything you want and it won't scare us. But really, when you're talking with another human being that really cares for you, you'll notice a big difference.
And it's a place that you won't be judged. So, and our utmost, top priority and goal is to ensure that you're comfortable when you're talking with someone, because it can be scary when you're sharing information about yourself that maybe that you haven't shared with somebody else, or that you kept hidden for so long.
Yeah.
See what would be clinically appropriate for that person. I would reassure that person that they weren't being judged for anything that they're experiencing. Provide as much hope as possible in the session. And there may be some times that a person might not be clinically appropriate for us to see, but we would talk about what the options would be for that student and hopefully help guide them so they could get the best clinical care possible for them.
Really, the main thing we want students to feel is just safe. Whether you're in a safety issue or not, we still want you to feel safe. And we want you to feel loved. We're excited to have this be kind of a student space. We want it to be just comfortable. Kind of like a home or your grandmother's house, wherever you feel comfortable. We want it to kind of feel like that and not so sterile and clinical and kind of like a hospital, but just more of just an easy place to be.
Seeing the students, yeah, I love it when they come in, and I like it when they have a little bit of time in between sessions and get to sit in the lobby and I get to talk to them.
Get to meet so many awesome people to work with, and I love all of my coworkers. I think they are such compassionate and kind people, and I know that whoever they see in the counseling center, whoever a student sees in the counseling center, they are going to get good care, and so that's what I love about being here.
We all truly care about each other, and we're gonna be there like